You gonna do some running for us tonight?
Ready to go.
All right, good. Anything you can tell us about the car?
It's hooked up.
We're here with Steve Pitman, who is actually responsible for about 80% of the field out here, and he builds these cars. He's put them together for how many years have you been doing this?
We've been doing this about 30 years now.
You've seen a lot of cars come and go, huh?
A lot of people, a lot of cars, a lot of wrecks.
So when you build these cars, what did you build them to their specifications, or you put them together, you know, by your own?
The cars are built mostly to the specifications of the track rules and everything. The driver's seats, their steering, all this stuff is custom built to fit them. Because if the driver's not pretty well comfortable, he don't do a good job driving. And it's up to us to control the safety stuff in it. And that's mainly what our job is, make sure the guys get safe, they're not hurt, you know, have them a good, dependable car.
How have you seen those rules change over the years? The car's gotten safer?
Cars have got 100% safer. I mean, roll bar used to consist of old galvanized tubing kind of wired together.
Yeah, it kind of collapsed.
Yeah, I mean, it used to, when you had a wreck, you had to fear the roll cage more than you did the wreck. You know, coming loose on you.
Yeah.
But now they've got to where the welding's on them, you know, real good. They got a good tubing and everything. And like I say, they're inspected and kept up to where they have to be a good cage.
He's like in his shop here with him. How do you know what to bring? I mean, just 30 years experience knowing what's going to break on people's cars? Or, I mean, I see you've got some gaskets and rocker arms and all kinds of stuff in here. People come to you. I noticed a guy came by earlier that needed a U-joint. You know, how do you know what to bring?
Well, when you build these things and you know what they are, you know what parts and pieces is on them. And when you've been around it for 30 years, you know what breaks. I mean, you know what to expect when you go to a racetrack. You know what pieces people forget.
Yeah.
So, like I say, after 30 years and building the cars, this truck here has got enough to put 2 or 3 race cars together on it.
Yeah, I can tell. If somebody was just going to get into racing, you know, if they wanted to just get into it, what would you suggest? What would you say to them?
The best thing for somebody that's just getting into racing is go to somebody like myself, or, you know, you can actually pay for a car.
Is that a pitch for your shop there?
Well, no, not really. It's just a dollar thing, you know. But when you, well, let's just like, if you go, how would you start?
I would probably buy one from somebody that's, you know, that I tried to buy a car that was successful the year before.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And you know, when you buy something, you got a personal person you can talk to, like these guys you see coming up here.
Yeah.
You know, Steve, my car is pushing, what do I do? You build it, you can tell them, they go fix it, they go race, they have a good time.
All right.
You know, I help them, they help me. Racing is more like a family than it is.
Yeah. It's a good family too. Do you race at all?
I used to race. I don't drive anymore. I run for about 20 years, 25 years.
What did you use to race? What class?
We run open competition cars. What's now your late model cars. But now I started like everybody else. I started in the dirt.
Yeah.
You know, with the old jalop and come on up. So.
You tore up a lot of 40 Fords, didn't you? 32 5 windows.
55 Chevrolets. That's where we come.
Oh no. 2-door hardtops.
We went for the vintage ones, yeah. You know, we used to buy them like on the street and just bring them, drive them in, cut them up and make a race car. If I had about half of them, I would have to work now.
Oh yeah, not at all. Well, thanks, Steve. We appreciate it.
Edge of your seat, hard-pounding stock car racing from Highland Speedway. We're set for the 4-cylinder feature race of the night. 4-cylinder feature race, and some pretty good 4-cylinder cars, and also a couple of sport trucks lined up to run in the 4-cylinder division, including the pole setter number 9. and that is Doug Colbert from Nashville. And the front row outside will find car 10, Ty Colbert from Nashville. Moving back to the second row inside spot, and that looks like the number 22 car of Buddy Williams from Nashville. Is that right, Dickie Reynolds?
The Band-Aid man, yes, Buddy Williams, who is also the points leader.
Second row outside, we'll pick up car number 80. And in the 80 car is Jason Randolph from Mount Juliet. Moving on back to the third row in car number, or actually truck, I should say. That's a Sport Truck, American Press, Sport Truck number 53. And driving that truck tonight is
Bobby Owen Sr.'s driving tonight.
And outside in car number 95 will be Josh Weston. Josh from Greenbrier. Let's go to row 4 now. Row 4 and see who we can pick up back there. Looks like the 29 car of Dwayne Wright, and Dwayne from Mount Juliet. And we have car number 98. That's Justin Ashburn from Joelton in the 98 car. Right behind them will be car number, actually truck again, Sport Truck number 4. That's Jim Randolph from Mount Juliet, and car number 88. And in the 88 car, Chris Castleman from Greenbrier. Next we have truck number 43.
James Neely.
James Neely in the 43 truck, and outside James Neely, who do we have over there?
Number 16, Tommy Hulsey.
All right, Tommy Hulsey in car 16. He's from Springfield. There's car 44. That's Leslie Best. Leslie Best in the 44 car in car number 21. Driven by Roger Cunningham. Getting ready to start this race. And let's see who else we have. That's
we also
99.
have car number 14, Steve Fitzgerald.
And Robbie Sanders in 99 from Cave City, Kentucky. And back at the back of the pack is car number 64, Dwayne Donaldson from Hendersonville. And one other car.
02, that is Richard Boynish. He's the one that usually drives the 53 truck, but he won't be driving tonight. He's going to be driving the 02 car.
We're ready to get this 4-cylinder feature rolling. Green flag is coming out, and here we go. We're racing here at Highland Rim Speedway. Highland Rim Speedway, Tennessee's family action track. And we have an alcohol-free environment at Highland Rim Speedway. Track promoters Ronnie Balcom and Patricia Balcom are very proud of the fact that it is an alcohol-free track here at Highland Rim, and they encourage you to bring your family, gather up the kids in the neighborhood, church groups. We always have a lot of church groups visiting Highland Rim Speedway, and we've got a great race going on. Dickie Reynolds, all kinds of action up front.
Buddy Williams and Ty Colbert Doug Colbert are side by side up front. Buddy's come from about 4th position. He's trying to take the lead, and he just did it at the start-finish line.
Richard Bench, brother Richard Bench's Sport Truck, actually being driven by Bobby Owen tonight. He is up there. He's going to take over second place in the Sport Truck number 53. Right behind him, looks like car 80. Jason Randolph has eased up into third place in the number 80 car. Then comes battle there between car number 95, Josh Weston, in car number 95, and truck Sport Truck number 9, Doug Colbert. It's easy to watch when you're watching these cars and trucks race. You look out there and you think it's a car, and then you look closer and it's one of the sport trucks, but they run in the same division. In this particular division, we have the sport trucks and the 4-cylinder cars, and I tell you what, it's been well received. A lot of close competition in this 4-cylinder division, Dickie Reynolds.
Yes, sir, and it always is a lot of close competition. And those 3 cars up front are pulling away. That 95 car back there has won many, many races up here. Bobby Hamilton Jr., Bobby Ray Balcom, they've won many a race up here in that car. And that young man hadn't been racing it very long, but he's going to do very well in that car. I look at Buddy Williams getting a little bit pushed there from Bobby Owens Sr. and Jason Randolph saying he wants a piece of the action too. They began to go up on a little lap traffic. The 99 car, who is running there in that position. Robbie Sanders he pulled over and got out of the way, and Buddy's trying to take her to the front with the Band-Aid on it, of course.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Buddy Williams up front in the number 22 car. There's a shot of 95 that we were talking about there a moment ago. Josh Weston, there he's your leader. Car 22, Buddy Williams, the Band-Aid car. And the story behind that is he had a big Band-Aid on the side of it. Does he still have it on there this year?
He's got one on each side. He can't take it off, he said. He said it's held it together too long. He sure wasn't going to take it off. So he's got one on each side. He said last year, there's many a race that he had to, going for those Band-Aids, that car probably fell all to pieces. But he's a nice guy. You wouldn't want a nice one. He'll get down there and help the other drivers with their cars. He'll do anything he can to help out. And you appreciate a guy like that.
Yeah, really a good-natured sort of fellow. And he's got all he can handle right now with the Sport Truck 53. Bobby Owen easing up there to really give him some competition up front. Bobby Owen in the Sport Truck 53, Buddy Williams, car 22, and also looking for either one of them to make a mistake is Jason Randolph, and he is right there in that number 80 truck, number 80 car, ready to move on up if he has an opportunity. We've got a caution flag coming out. Caution flag on the track will slow us up here for just a moment. And looks like we may have had a problem over on the back straightaway. Maybe the car is already off the track into the infield.
16 car, Tommy Hulsey, broke down. He went on into the infield.
Okay, so that's why we're being held up here by a caution flag. There you see them, your two top vehicles right now. The Sport Truck 53, Bobby Owen driving it, and Buddy Williams in car 22. Going to take a quick time out for our sponsors by telling you action-packed feature division racing in the four-cylinder division here at Highland Rim Speedway continues right after this break for our sponsors. Well, the 53 Sport Truck being driven by Bobby Owen tonight is the official leader as we're ready to resume action. Buddy Williams in car 22 is in second place. And here we go as the green flag comes back out, and we are racing again here at the rim.
Buddy's coming up behind. He got a little bit of a late start on that restart there, and 53 was the truck was able to pull out. Bobby was able to pull out a little bit from him. And Jason Randolph looks like he wants a little bit of Buddy back there. He's pushing him right along that track. And going to be close racing. This division has been real tough this year. I think we've had 5 or 6 different winners, and which is good. That's what you want. You want a close, hard-fought races every week.
Well, I was just looking at the point standings, and Buddy Williams is the points leader in the number 22 car. But it's interesting because the driver that's driving the Sport Truck, number 53, Bobby Owen, is actually in second place in the point standings in the number 2 car that he normally drives. But tonight, I guess actually that's the 02 car. But anyway, they've switched up tonight. Richard Bench, who normally drives this Sport Truck 53, is driving Bobby Owen's car, and Bobby is driving the Sport Truck 53. Is that right, Dickie?
That's exactly right. And the 02, if you look at the 02, it's running at the very rear of the field. And they're fixing to come up, matter of fact, and lap him right now.
Yep, there they are. They're passing there you go, passing the 02 car right now. So Bobby Owen, who normally drives the car he just lapped, is in the Sport Truck number 53 tonight, and he has the lead at this point here in this 4-cylinder feature. Buddy Williams, car 22. There you see Buddy staying right behind the Sport Truck 53, and also still right there very much in the battle is Jason Randolph in car 80, and Jason at this point in the season is in third place in the point standings. So your top 3 cars, or top 3 drivers maybe I should say, in the point standings are running up front, 1, 2, and 3 here in this race.
We're getting off close to the end, and it looks like Bobby Owens, Buddy, and Jason going to be running right there. The only thing difference is the point place is usually reversed one position. But they're going to run it hard all the way to the end, I guarantee you. And the white flag's fixing to come out.
Yeah, Jerry Woodruff on the flag stand has the white flag in his hand, and he's going to put it on them when they come by this time. One more lap around the track. And Bobby Owen in that Sport Truck 53. Buddy Williams getting a little bit loose, gets a little bump from behind, but Jason Randolph, everybody settles down a little bit. Here comes your winner. It's going to be Bobby Owen in that Sport Truck 53. Buddy Williams, car 22, finishes second. Finishing third will be number 80, as we've already mentioned. That is Jason Randolph. And then a good finish there for car 95, Josh Weston in the number 95 car. Josh is from Mount Juliet, I believe. And he's going to get a 4th place finish. That's a good finish for him tonight. Okay, here comes number 53, the Sport Truck 53. That's Bobby Owen. Let's go to Victory Lane and get an interview with the winning driver tonight. Bobby Owen driving Sport Truck number 53 here at Highland Rim Speedway.
Great.
Bobby, you're getting familiar down here. 3 in a row.
3 in a row. It's unbelievable. After like the drought of 5 years, man, and just can't believe it. Me and Buddy got into it a little bit going into 3 right there. He come down on me a little bit, and I stayed in my groove there and held on to it. And hope there ain't no hard feelings between me and him. Just hard racing, and we're here.
All right, anybody you'd like to thank?
I thank my wife, my son, my little girl, Kristen, my father, my mother, my brother Kenny here, Richard Bench, oh man, American Press, Good Humor Ice Cream, Continental Exposition South, CES, Insurance Systems. These guys helped me out. They ain't on the car, but they helped me out all my years of being here, and I got to give them a little credit there because they've been helping me out all the time.
All right, so go get your picture made. Let's hear it for Mr. Bobby Owen.
All right, Bobby Owen, there he is. Bobby Owen driving the Sport Truck number 53 to a victory in the 4-cylinder feature here at Highland Rim Speedway. Folks, we hope you're enjoying Racing from the Rim. Racing on the edge of your seat from Highland Rim Speedway continues after we take a timeout for our sponsors. Thunder at the Rim continues on a Saturday night at Highland Rim Speedway. It's the late model Sportsman division, and the feature race for this division is set to go. This is Walter George along with Dickie Reynolds. And Dickie, let's check the field as we get started. Who do we have on the pole position here?
Well, the pole position tonight is by Steve Johnson, the number 16 car.
He's from Mount Juliet.
On the outside of him is Ralph Oliver, the 23 car.
From Bowling Green, Kentucky. Moving back to the second row inside
is Ronnie Presley, excuse me, Ronnie Presley.
And where is Ronnie from?
Ronnie Presley, I believe, is from Westmoreland, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's right, in the number 24 car.
In the 93 car is Dwayne Watkins.
There he is, the 93 car, Dwayne Watkins from Nashville.
In 72 is of course, David Cartwright.
And David is from Greenbrier, car 72. There he is, good-looking 72 car.
And then the 42 car is Joe Ralph. He had the fast time tonight, but guess what? He drew a 7 out of the can, so that means you got to start way back in the field.
We'll tell you about that here in a moment, explain how that's done. Let's go back now and get car number 33. That's Randy Clemens from Greenbrier in the 33 car. Then we have the 84 car. Jeff Ladd is there. There he is, car 84, Jeff Ladd from Nashville. Let's see, who's behind him?
Number 75 car.
And that is Jimmy Victory in the 75 car from Mount Juliet. There he is. And we've got one other car back at the very back of the pack. Looks like that's car number 38. Is that right?
Yes, sir, 38. Number 38 is Alan Bonner. And then the number 12 car is right behind his brother. That's Billy Ladd in the 12 car, following Jeff Ladd.
Okay, so we're ready to go. Green flag about to come out. We're in the late model stock car, late model sportsman division. Sorry, late model sportsman division, and the green flag is flying. Dickie Reynolds, you were talking about drawing a number out of the hat there a moment ago. Explain to us, for some of those folks that are watching action from Highland Rim Speedway, exactly what that means and why that's done.
The fast time, the fastest qualifying time, he has to reach his hand in a little can and have about 9 numbers in there, 1 through 9. He reaches in and he pulls that out. Whatever number he pulls out is where he starts on the field, and everybody that was behind him will start right in front of him. So instead of like Joe Ralph tonight, he picked out number 7. Everybody that qualified from 7 on back are in front of him, and of course he had to start 7. So that's the way it works.
So what you're telling me is that Joe Ralph of White House actually had the fastest time, but drew a 7, so they inverted 7 cars, and he actually ended up, instead of having the fast time, he ended up starting 7th.
Yes, sir. What it usually does is what a lot of drivers think is it punishes them, so some drivers won't drive as hard to qualify, and that way they get a better start position.
But you have your fate in your own hands. If you draw a 1, then you're
right up front.
You're right up front, so you never know what number you're going to draw. You just have to try to draw a low number. Ralph Oliver is probably pretty pleased with the situation because right now he's in front here, it looks like.
And he's leaving everybody else, including Mr. Cartwright, and Ronnie Presley, and Joe Ralph, and so they're running pretty hard and pretty tough, and except for Ralph Oliver, and he's checking out. The 93 car tried to pinch the 42 car down into the inside wall, but he got by him anyway, Joe Ralph did. So he's making his move. This is a 30-lap race, Walter. This is a 30-lap race, and we're on lap number 7, so there's plenty of time to do a lot of things.
All right, you're looking at your second place car. That's car 72, David Cartwright. He's in second place, and the leader is now on the backstretch. There he is. There's your leader, number 23. That's Ralph Oliver in the Fleeland Special from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Ralph Oliver, and he has built himself a very nice lead. There he is, easing on around the track, just out for a Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening drive here at Highland Rim Speedway. It just happens that he's going around and around this quarter-mile high-bank paved oval track here at the Rim, and he is leading in this late model stock car, late model sportsman car feature here tonight.
He's just now fixing to come up on some lap traffic, and how he handles that will really be able to tell what he's going to be able to do tonight. But I tell you, the last thing he wants to see come out right now is a caution. So I guarantee you he's saying, please don't no yellow flag come out.
He just eased by Bobby Parsley's number 12 car and is continuing to hold his lead. I'm sorry, Buddy Ladd's number 12 car, I should say.
He's pulling away pretty quick. He's got about I'd say a whole front stretch. There comes that caution he didn't want.
Well, that'll tighten up the field as the caution flag comes out. As we've got a spin out in turn 1. And who is it involved in the spin out?
Well, it's 33, Randy Clemens. He hit the wall real solid, and Dwayne Watkins also went. So they're going to have a record come out and get Randy Clemens. He's messed up pretty good on the inside.
And while they do that, there's the car that Dickie was just talking about. So while we have a little break in the action, we'll tell you that you're enjoying, we hope, Highland Rim Speedway Racing. Saturday night racing excitement, and of course, being videotaped for playback on television. We hope everyone enjoys all of our coverage of racing from the Rim. And it'll continue in just a moment, but right now a timeout for our sponsors.
We'll be right back from Highland Rim Speedway.
That's Randy Clemens, car number 33. Randy from Greenbrier, and his car is headed to the pits on the hook. He's out of the race, and the race is the late model sportsman division here at Highland Rim Speedway. And drivers sure don't like to see the night finish like that.
You know, he hit that wall about as hard on the inside and the front stretch there as I've ever seen anybody hit it. Of course, he's out. He's fine. That protection that he has inside that car really did its job.
Kind of bowed his car a little bit there. He's got a lot of work in the shop to get that thing ready for next week. All right, meanwhile on the track, your leader is car 23, Ralph Oliver from Bowling Green. Right behind him, the number 24 car of Ronnie Presley from Westmoreland. And then hanging in there, ready to battle those two cars, will be car number 72, and that is David Cartwright. He is also from Greenbrier. Looks like we're ready to go. Green flag is going to fly, and here we go, racing again in the late model sportsman division here at Highland Rim Speedway. We would like to pass along this reminder to you. If you enjoy watching racing from Highland Rim Speedway, we would like for you to drop us a card or a letter in the mail and let us know that you're watching. And if you have any suggestions on things that you'd like to see us do or coverage about Highland Rim Speedway, just write to us at Highland Rim Speedway Racing, Post Office Box 777. That's Post Office Box 777, White House, Tennessee, zip code 37188. Zip code again, 37188. That's Highland Rim Racing, Post Office Box 777, White House, Tennessee, zip code 37188. We'd like to hear from you, and maybe we'll have an opportunity to mention your card or letter on our next broadcast of Racing from the Rim. And the Sportsman feature continues with Ralph Oliver at car 23 out in front.
Ralph Oliver is getting his lead again. Ronnie Presley's pulling back up on him, and I believe we got looks like about 13 laps to go or something like that, and it's going to be a race to the finish.
72 car of David Cartwright is running third, and then 75
of Danny Gill. Danny Gill's running that car awful hard tonight in that 75 car. This is his second or third races he's been here this year, and he gets a little bit stronger every single time he races.
Okay, what's our lap count looking like now, Dickie?
Looks like lap number 19. Looks like we got 11 laps to go.
Running 30 laps with the Sportsman cars, going 30 laps here at Highland Rim Speedway. Track repaved last year and redone, and I tell you, we hear a lot of good comments from all of the drivers, and I tell you, we're having some fantastic racing here at Highland Rim Speedway. Don't forget, it happens every Saturday night. Come up early and enjoy time trials. I think it always adds to your enjoyment of stock car racing if you come early and see the time trials, find out what's happening with the cars, and then you can see how the night of racing develops, all the way from the car's timing, and as Dickie told you about a few minutes ago, the inverting of part of the field, or in some instances the entire field, depending on what number the top qualifier draws out of the box. So it's always interesting to see that develop and see exactly how the race is going to take shape before it ever comes out on the track. And then as you watch it develop on the track, I think it develops your enjoyment of the race and racing as a sport.
Sure does. I usually like to get here around 4 o'clock every day and watch them get out there and test, because that's when the gates open and they can test, and you can watch how fast they are and who needs what work done on what car. And then about 5:30 they usually have time trials, and then you can see your favorite driver and how he qualifies in there, and you can watch the drawing of the number out of the can, and you know where everything's going to be when you get ready to start the race, and it just makes you better ready for the race when it does get started.
And as we mentioned, the gates open at 4 o'clock. Time trials start at 5:30, and then racing starts at 7:30. And the general admission for regular racing is $8. Children 11 and under with a paid adult are admitted free to Highland Rim Speedway. Now, if you don't know how to get here, let's just quickly tell you that if you are on Interstate 65, all you have to do is look for exit 104. That's exit 104 off Interstate 65. That's probably the best way to get to Highland Rim Speedway if you're coming out of Nashville or from up in Kentucky or anywhere around the Middle Tennessee area. Just catch Interstate 65 and come to exit 104 and then follow the signs right into Highland Rim. White flag just came out, so we're getting ready to wrap up this Sportsman 30-lap feature. And out of turn 4, here comes your leader. It's car 23, Ralph Oliver, and he has got the win. And finishing second will be car number 24. That's Ronnie Presley, I believe it is, in the 24 car. And the third place finish went to with the car 72.
David Cartwright got the third place finish.
We just had a car spinning out over there in turn 2. That was Ralph Oliver, I believe, right?
Joe Ralph.
Joe Ralph. I'm sorry. Joe Ralph spinning out. Meanwhile, Ralph Oliver is down here in Victory Lane. Let's find out what's happening with him with our Victory Lane interview of Ralph Oliver from Bowling Green, Kentucky, the winner in the Sportsman feature here tonight at Highland Rim Speedway.
All right, let's let him hear you. Ralph, I tell you, after last week, I guess it's fitting that you're here.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, I got to thank the crew tremendously. We worked hard all last week to get this car back together, and we were a little worried that it wasn't going to handle like it should, but it did. I got to thank Ronnie Baukel, man. He helped me out last week. He wants us here. He really does. So we're going to be here to race. We can race these other boys clean, which I know we can. We'll have some good racing.
That's right.
I got to thank Dixie Dent, Fleetland, Bowling Green Auto Wholesale, Mama June's Kitchen, my mom and dad, my son, my grandmother's here from out of town. We needed it. I'm beginning to feel like Jeff Gordon. We either don't finish or win, one of the two.
All right, congratulations. Let's hear it for Ralph Oliver.
Ralph Oliver, there he is, the winner of the Sportsman feature here at Highland Rim Speedway. And as Ralph just said, he brought the whole family with him tonight. He brought everybody he could round up at Bowling Green. And there they are. They're a happy group here tonight. Another win for Ralph Oliver in car number 23 here tonight. Tough night for Joe Ralph, who was the points leader coming in. And there you see Joe Ralph's car parked right over behind Ralph Oliver, but Joe Ralph will be back, and he had the best time in time trials tonight, but drew a 7 and inverted 7 cars. So Ralph Oliver ends up winning the Sportsman feature here at Highland Rim Speedway. Stock car racing here at Highland Rim Speedway as the Super Street Division cars are ready to go, racing 25 laps on the exciting quarter-mile high bank paved oval track. We're ready for the green flag to fly as Doyle Williams in car 76 has the pole position. The 03 car of Randy Sexton in the front row outside. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The green flag is on and we're racing. Super Street Division cars getting the green here at Highland Rim. And already on the back straightaway, we've got 2 cars getting into each other. Randy Sexton in the 03 car, and I think Edward Mitchell in car 41. But both cars are able to stay in the race. Caution flag is coming out, and that'll slow action down here early. The car 41, Edward Mitchell has got a problem, and I think he's going to head into the infield. There he goes into the infield, the 41 car. There's a good close-up of car 41. You see what happened to him. What a tough way to open the season as the first race for car 41, Edward Mitchell. And he got into the 03 car of Randy Sexton out of turn 2, heading down the back straightaway. And as a result, his car is in the infield, and it looks like probably out of the race.
They tried to go 3 wide into turn 2. You don't go 3 wide into turn 2, and 03 got bumped up into the wall, and 41 got into him. And I believe 41's night's over with, I believe for sure, because there's parts of his front end, or his axle and drive shaft and all that's all over the front back stretch over there. So I don't believe he's going to be racing anymore tonight.
Yeah, that's more than just cosmetic damage.
They're pulling on the front bumper, but I don't know. He's out of the car, and it looks like he's probably going to be out of this race. We'll have to wait and see. While we take a little break in the action here to see if car 41 is going to be able to get back on the track or not, we'll take a timeout for our sponsor and be back with more exciting stock car racing from Highland Rim Speedway in just a moment. Ready to get back to racing here at Highland Rim Speedway in the Super Street Division. Noel Williams in the 76 car leading the field around. We've still got car 41, Edward Mitchell in the infield, and the 03 car, Randy Sexton, also in the infield. Those 2 cars got together over there a moment ago after getting the green flag, and both of the cars are out of the race as we're getting ready for the green flag to come back out to get a restart here tonight. Noel Williams in car 76 will lead the charge for the green. They're going to take one more lap, so that'll give us an opportunity to kind of give you an idea about how you get lined up for racing here at Highland Rim Speedway. Of course, they have time trials before the racing starts, and the car in each division that has the fastest time in time trials, the driver of that car then selects a number out of the hat or out of the box to decide how many positions you're moved back or how many positions are inverted for the feature race. Right, Dickie Reynolds?
Right. They'll draw a number out of a hat. He may be the fastest time. If he's the fastest time, he'll draw a number out of a hat. When he draws that number, that's where they invert him to. When they invert him there, that's where he must start, and then he has to work his way up. And every car behind him will line up in a position to front him till they get to that 8th position.
Can you get me a memo out on that?
I believe all the drivers understand it very well, having gotten the fastest time and then moved back 3 or 4 or 5 or maybe even further than that. Here's a spin out as we get a restart on this race. It's the number 32 car of Joe Bettersworth, and the caution will come out immediately, and they'll hold the field up as he was at the back of the pack as they got the green. And as he came by the flag stand, he just lost it here on the front straightaway. I don't think anybody hit him or he got into anybody. He just lost it and spun out, and he'll get it straightened out and will stay in the race. He'll be at the back of the pack, but he didn't lose any position. He was already back there anyway.
He was already at the rear of the field. That's that 4th turn again. He tried to get in it to get past the 71 car, and when he did, he hit that stay dry a little bit, and he didn't never get it back until he spun around and did that little 180 in front of us.
That banking's what, 20 degrees and out of
I believe it's 20-degree banking, and if you hit any way, form, or fashion wrong there, you don't happen or hardly ever get it back.
Green flag is going to be coming out now as Doyle Williams brings the field out of turn 4. There he comes in that 76 car, and the green is out, and we're racing again here at Highland Rim. And immediately there's J.W. Clark in the number 2 car making a big move to take the lead as we complete another lap in the Super Street 25 lap feature. J.W. Clark, or rather Larry Cunningham it is, driving that car here tonight, the number 2 car of Larry Cunningham. And he has slipped into the lead as Doyle Williams drops back to 2nd place. And the Keith Cranston, the number 1 car, now moves up to take over 2nd as Doyle Williams goes to 3rd in the 76 car. And Doug Zerfoss in car 37 is running 4th. He's also looking for an opportunity to move up. So we've had some position changes up front in the Super Street 25 lap feature, and that'll happen when you get the restarts in this race. A lot of times you'll have a position change up front. That's what happened there as Doyle Williams went from leading the race to being in 3rd place.
Car 17 is having some real problems there. You notice in the last 3 laps he's having some handling problems, and he bears watching here.
I believe the 76 car might have got a little banged up there on that first start that he got, and when it did, he got a little loose on him. Of course, Larry Cunningham went by him like he wasn't even moving on the track. So Larry's got a good car in that Monte Carlo, I believe that is. He's running up there in front.
All right.
6 laps completed.
Car 2 still holding the lead. Larry Cunningham in the number 2 car coming down the front straightaway. Running 2nd, Keith Cranston, car 1. In 76, Doyle Williams and Doug Zerfoss in car 37. Good race. Good racing. All of the races here at Highland Rim Speedway have been close and exciting, and this Super Street Division feature is certainly just like the others.
Noel's trying everything he can to get around that 1 car. I believe he's a little faster on the turns than the 1 car, but he just can't get him on a straight stretch. Looks like we got an engine blown in the 10 car.
Car number 10, that's John Patterson in the number 10 car. A lot of smoke coming from the back of his car, and he has dropped off of the pace, moving down to the inside of the track. There's Doyle Williams in car 76. Doug Zerfoss, car 37. They're side by side, and Doug Zerfoss beats him back past the flag stand, but it's the number 10 car heading off of the track, John Patterson. He's out of the race and into the infield.
You'll notice when they go down in the turns, the best thing to do is to be able to stay up about middle ways track. If you get down real low in that turn, it'll throw you up, and when it throws you up, that rear end will get loose, and you have a good chance of spinning out, and that's what happened to the 37 car trying to make the move on Noel right then.
Here comes your leader past the flag stand right now. Number 2 car, Larry Cunningham, and he has built up about I guess what maybe a couple of 100 feet cushion between himself and the number 2 car of Keith Cranston, car 1, who's running in 2nd place in the race here tonight. So Larry Cunningham, car 2, is your leader. Number 2 car, Larry Cunningham, is your leader. Here he comes out of turn 4, down the front straightaway, car 2, the leader.
He looks like he's got about a 10-car length.
There he is. There's a good shot of car 2, your leader on the back straightaway.
14 laps.
And And he's coming around past the flag stand down the front straightaway, the number 2 car, Larry Cunningham. And he has himself a nice cushion, and he's just out for a very comfortable Saturday night drive at this point. He's out there in the open, and he has the slower traffic behind him, and he's just got a lot of racing room in front of him.
It's getting real interesting back in that pack.
About 4 cars running here, 5 cars actually pretty close together. And that's the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place in the race. And Noah Williams goes to the outside in car 76, and he's going to get back in front of the 37 car to move back up to 3rd place.
You'll notice how the lap traffic played a big thing in this race right there, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, because they had to move, and he was buying, and he had to slow up to keep from running into lap traffic cars.
Just as it does on the super speedways, lap traffic on the small track is always playing a factor in who wins and who doesn't win. All right, your leader has already gone into turns 1 and 2. That's car 2, Larry Cunningham. He's heading down the back straightaway. There's the number 1 car back there behind him. There's your leader, car 2. There's car 1 running 2nd. That is Keith Krantz. Right behind him, 76, Noah Williams. He's running 3rd. Now Jason Moody beginning to make a move in car 7. He's up there challenging. We've got 4 cars battling each other for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. There they are. Those 4 cars that you're looking at right now, they're in the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. And we've got just a couple of more laps to go in this race. So every position and every lap now very important for all of those drivers you're looking at. Your leader has already passed the flag stand, completing another lap.
Whoa.
There's a couple of cars getting together, coming out of turn 4 down the front straightaway.
Quite a bit of contact.
There's a time to be patient and a time not to be patient, and with about 2 laps to go, it's time to make your move, because the ones that pay is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and once you pass that, you're in trouble.
So time is running out. We've got a couple of more laps, and then it'll all be over here tonight. Noah Williams has battled his way back up into 2nd. Here's the white flag. There's your leader getting the white flag. 1 more lap to go. There's Noah Williams running 2nd in car 76. Doug Zerfoss, car 37, has moved up to 3rd. There's, let's look around now as the leader is coming for the checkered flag. There he is, getting the checkered flag. That's car 2, the winner. And Noah Williams, car 76, will finish 2nd. Finishing 3rd, Doug Zerfoss in 37. Finishing 4th will be car 1, Keith Krantz. And then Jason Moody, I think, in the number 7 car. All right, the Super Street Division 25-lap feature. And here comes your winner, the number 2 car of Larry Cunningham. And Larry is from Donaldson. Larry Cunningham from Donaldson in the number 2 car. There he is rolling up in victory lane. This Highland Rim Speedway out on the track to congratulate the winner of the Super Street 25-lap feature here at Highland Rim Speedway, Larry Cunningham. All right, he's going to slide out of the car. And there he is, sliding out of the car. He'll come around, and the crowd gives him a nice round of applause as he waves to his friends in the crowd. Okay, Larry Cunningham, the winner, the 25-lap Super Street feature here tonight. Folks, you've been enjoying stock car racing from Highland Rim Speedway in Ridgetop. Racing at the Rim. Be sure and be watching next time when we're back with more excitement from Highland Rim Speedway.